If you have watched my last video, if you're ambitious but lazy, you'll remember we talked about 4 mental traps that keep most ambitious people stuck. And in the very first trap, we spoke about fear, how it hides behind overthinking, procrastination, and perfectionism. And for a lot of people, fear isn't just a trap. It's the entire wall between them and the life they want. And so, if you are ambitious but afraid, let's face it together. If you have decided to face your fears, you need to first find where your courage is missing. Remember this, you can't fight a shadow until you shine a light on it. And fear, for most people, is exactly a shadow. Most people don't stop to find the main reason behind their fear because the second you know what's really scaring you, you can't hide from it anymore. When you see the reason clearly, you lose the comfort of nice sounding excuses like it's not the right moment, I'm just gathering more information, or the market is not too good now. Excuses feel safer than accepting the truth and doing something about it. And for a lot of people, the truth is hard to live than their fear itself. But in reality, once you find the real reason, it actually gets smaller. If you decide to face it, it becomes something you can work with. Imagine this. You come home from a short vacation, you drop your bag and hear a dripping sound, and your brain jumps into all sort of possibilities, like a pipe burst, someone's inside, or maybe something paranormal. And then when you switch on the bathroom light, you find that it's just a tap you didn't close properly before you left. That's how fear works. In the dark, it feels big and dangerous. But once you see what it really is, it's usually just a loose tap you can fix. Now, here's what you do about it. Grab a notebook and try this. First, name it. Take one thing you have been avoiding, check the facts what's holding you back, and just don't overthink about it. Just take the smallest step that touches the fear and proves to yourself you are still alive. And when you do this, the shadow shrinks. And the more you repeat it, the more you realize courage is not about removing fear, it's about making it small enough so that you can walk through it. Once you find out what's holding you back, you have to act smart. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They might watch a video like this, get fired up, and decide to make a huge dramatic move, like quitting their job overnight with no savings. But just walking out of your office tomorrow, throwing the resignation letter on your boss's face, and hoping the universe to save you is not courage, that's lack of wisdom. Real courage is not about taking blind risks, it's about taking calculated risks. See, you need to act in a way that it actually gives you the best chance to succeed. So before you take a decision like quitting your job, spend a few weeks exploring your options, update your CV, and send some applications or build a side hustle in the evenings. Consider talking to someone who's already achieved what you're dreaming about. Sometimes, only sometimes, a random shot in the dark works. But most of the time, you need to test the waters before you jump in. Once you start acting, you need to start collecting. Here's something most people don't realize. Confidence comes from proof, not just affirmations. Every time you take action, even in a small way, your brain makes a note that you're capable of doing what you want to do. And with each small win, you start to trust yourself more. I started thinking about starting this YouTube channel in 2014, and I finally woke up in June 2023 while I was reading Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. And I came across a moment in the book where he gets his first shipment of Nike shoes, which were not up to the mark. Though he was embarrassed, he walked to the distributors, admitted the mistake, and promised to fix it. And the rest became history. And even before completing that page, I created the channel and even ordered the equipments because it taught me something. You don't wait until everything is perfect. Start by taking responsibility and accountability of your decision and keep going. And that's what I do with my videos. I know they're not perfect, but every single video I make is a proof that I can show up even when my voice shakes, even when thinking about filming makes me anxious. And that's what I want you to do. You need to start collecting your own proof by doing what you have been putting off. It might feel small when you do it, but it stacks. And that stack of proof is where your confidence comes from. Also, surround yourself with people who have already done the thing you are scared of doing. Their story becomes your evidence, their energy becomes your engine. And when courage becomes normal in your environment, it slowly starts feeling normal in your body. Once you start doing what you've been putting off consistently, you have to expand. Expand your world and expand your self image. Even when you have become extremely successful in achieving your dreams, fear can still show up. With each victory, comfort zone rebuilds itself, keeping you on the edge with a new fear waiting for you. If you can't beat that fear, you can get stuck again. When you are a beginner, you only need the courage to start. But once you begin, you need the courage to stay consistent. Beyond consistency, if you need to grow bigger, you need to take the courage to take on bigger challenges. And if you stop at any stage, that becomes your new prison. So you have to break out of the comfort zone every single time it rebuilds itself. Every time you push to the next level, you push fear back. But if you need to constantly expand beyond your comfort zone, first test the next level. Don't wait until you feel you're ready. Try one thing that feels just outside of your reach and see what happens. Second, look for harder rooms. If you are the most capable person in the room, it is time to find a new room where you feel challenged again. Third, take on a visible challenge. Do something where people can see you succeed or fail. When the stakes are high, you rise to meet them. And as you do this, you have to grow your self-image at each stage. You have to start seeing yourself as the person who belongs there. And here's a connection. The more you expand what you do, the more you expand your beliefs about yourself. And once that belief grows, fear has a harder time holding you back because you've already proven you can keep stepping past it again and again. So that's how you face your fears. Find, act, collect, and expand. And every time fear is holding you back, use this as your map. And if you haven't watched, if you're ambitious but lazy, go check it out. It's the first video in the series. The link is in the description. And coming up next in the series is if you're ambitious but confused, which will help you see your path clearly. And remember this, as long as you don't give up on yourself, nothing can ruin you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.